Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
A day after being elected to his 6th term, Mitch McConnell talks about his likely new role as U.S. Senate Majority Leader.
A plea deal has been reached in the case of a man accused of killing a Lexington teenager.
And we're tracking the investigation into a robbery at a Central Kentucky store where the robber tied up the employees. WKYT News at 6 starts now. Good evening to you. He said the Senate needs to be fixed. A day after winning a 6th term, Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell began laying out his plans now that he's in line to become Senate Majority Leader.
Senator McConnell spoke to reporters in Louisville this afternoon after talking to President Obama. He also said it's possible for Republicans and Democrats to find common ground. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more on Senator McConnell's message. It's our top story at 6.
Mitch McConnell says he's received some important phone calls since winning his election Tuesday night.
Earlier today, I got a call from the president.
He told University of Louisville students and dozens of reporters that Obama and key Democrats are willing to work together. He said a divided government has worked before.
Reagan never had the House in 8 years. Clinton didn't have the House or the Senate for 6 of his 8 years. I can think of at least 4 fairly significant things done.
It is not a done deal. Mitch McConnell has to have the support of a majority of the Republican caucus, and he doesn't have the support of everyone. But I'm told that it is a strong likelihood that he will be named Majority Leader. WKYT's political editor Bill Bryant says it's a historic time for Kentucky.
It remains to be seen how Senator McConnell will use his influence, but clearly he will have it. The most powerful Republican in Washington, and the first time since Alvin Barkley that Kentucky has had a Senate Majority Leader serving in Washington.
McConnell says the Senate under its current leadership has not been relevant. He says he wants to focus on 3 key areas: tax reform, trade, and energy.
We need to embrace the energy revolution that's going on in our country, promote it. It's hugely advantageous to America.
Simply put, he says he wants to get back to work to pass legislation. In Louisville, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Senator McConnell says President Obama specifically mentioned tax reform in his conversation today. The senator says the corporate tax rate is killing U.S. jobs. This afternoon, the president addressed the Democratic losses in the election. He told Americans who voted for change, quote, "I hear you." The president said Republican victories are a sign voters want Congress and himself to get the job done. But the president said he'll still act on his own on immigration to reduce deportations and improve border security by the end of the year. He said he'll reach out to Senator McConnell and House Speaker John Boehner.
I would enjoy having some Kentucky bourbon with Mitch McConnell. I don't know what his preferred drink is, but you know, my interactions with Mitch McConnell, he has always been very straightforward with me. To his credit, he has never made a promise that he couldn't deliver.
Now, because of that bourbon comment, Kentucky bourbon is now a trending topic nationally. Eric Gregory, president of the Kentucky Distillers Association, says he's now fielding calls from all over the world because of what the president said. We have a full list of election results from city, county, and state races. Just go to WKYT.com.
A man accused of killing a Lexington teenager has agreed to a plea deal. Last year, Lexington police say Ernest Wheeler shot 18-year-old Patrick Puckett at a home on Ryan Circle. WKYT's Garrett Weimer has more on the plea deal and how much time Wheeler could serve in prison.
The clerk's office tells me Ernest Wheeler pleaded down his charge to first-degree manslaughter. They say that carries a recommended sentence of 12 years in prison. Wheeler was originally charged with murder in the death of 18-year-old Patrick Puckett. Puckett died in May of last year after he was shot at an apartment complex on Ryan Circle in Lexington. Puckett played football for Bryan Station High School. Family members say he planned to go to the University of Kentucky. Tonight, I'll be talking to family members of Puckett's, and we should have more for you tonight on WKYT at 11. Outside Fayette Circuit Court in downtown Lexington, I'm Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Wheeler is scheduled to be sentenced next month. A man wanted for a Lexington murder has been arrested in Arizona. U.S. Marshals say agents tracked down 30-year-old Jeffrey Morris in Glendale, just outside Phoenix. Lexington police say Morris shot Anthony Carter on Chestnut Street in June. They issued an arrest warrant for Morris about a month later. Carter's death was the first of 4 murders in Lexington in June. Police have not made arrests for the other 3. A grand jury has indicted a former Lexington firefighter accused of causing a crash that injured a Guam National Guard soldier. Jared McCargo was indicted on charges of assault, leaving the scene of an accident, criminal mischief, and DUI. In September, police say McCargo was driving drunk when he crashed his SUV into the beer trap in the Chevy Chase neighborhood. Soldier Noel Espino was critically injured. McCargo will be arraigned next week.
4 house fires in just 36 hours, and tonight state police think they're all suspicious. Police say between 4 last Friday morning and 3 Saturday afternoon, 4 house fires were reported in the McKinney community of Lincoln County. 2 of the homes were destroyed. The state police arson task force is now investigating all of these fires. There's now a $1,000 reward being offered for information leading to arrests in this case. A frightening day at an Estill County business. The owner of the business says a robber tied up the employees and stole money at gunpoint. It happened late this morning at Cash in a Dash in Irvin. Tonight, police are still trying to track down the robber. WKYT Sean Moody talked to the business owner. He's tracking this investigation tonight.
I've had it about 12 years and never had a problem.
Kentucky State Police say around 11 o'clock Wednesday morning, a man went into Judy Strong's Cash in a Dash store in Irvin. She said 2 of her workers were inside at the time, and he said he was interested in selling some jewelry. Then, she says things changed.
Told him to get down on the floor and tied them up and had a gun.
Strong says they don't keep much cash inside the store, maybe a couple $100s to start the day. She says he got away with that and the clerk's purse.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, they were very upset.
She said the man appeared to know who one of the clerks was.
He sat and talked to him, and he knew one girl's name, so I don't know if he's been in the store before trying to sell some gold or silver. I'm not sure, and they were going to go through their files.
Strong said her co-workers told her the man didn't seem interested in hurting them.
He just said he was not going to hurt them, but he needed some money to get out of town.
In Estill County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Police say the man ran from the front door. They say he is a white man, about 6 feet tall, 250 pounds. They say he was wearing a black hoodie and a ball cap.
We are tracking rain across much of Kentucky tonight, and it looks like more chilly air will soon be moving in. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look now at your forecast. About all we've seen today is rain.
Yeah, pretty much. That has been the case. So if you went outside this morning, forgot the umbrella, yeah, not a good day for you. And that rain continues to fly throughout much of central and eastern Kentucky. Live First Alert Defender showing another little bulge of some heavier rains now into parts of central and eastern Kentucky, coming at us from southwest to northeast, though the back edge not too far away around the Louisville metro area. Steady rains in Lexington. Get to the north. Those showers are just now breaking out into northern parts of Scott County, up into Harrison County as well. Downtown Lexington, Masterson Station, over toward Keeneland, Fayette Mall, and down into the southeastern side of town, Hamburg, Jacobson Park area, down into Athens, Boonesboro. It is soggy. Richmond, Berea, look at the band of heavy rain that is right on top of southern Madison County. That's some pretty good downpours showing up here around Madison Southern High School and toward Berea, back to the west into Lancaster, Garrett County, Danville, Stanford, and Lincoln County, where you see the darker greens, the yellows. That's where Defender is picking up on the heaviest rains. We've been seeing that pretty much all day long into southern and eastern parts of the area. Though a little good news, that back edge is starting now to show signs of working in here. Problem with that, it won't get in until later on tonight. Then we track another cold front into your Thursday forecast. That's the first of many fronts as the cold is taking hold in that 7-day forecast when I come back in about 5 minutes.
A traffic mess today on a busy Lexington road, all because of a crash.
This morning, police say a tractor trailer hit a utility pole on North Broadway near West 6th Street. That crash brought down some wires, and the road has been closed all day while crews try to clean it up. We are told they hope to have the problems fixed shortly. At last check, there were still 380 KU customers without power, and most of those outages are reported at households between West 3rd and West 4th Street. Many nearby businesses closed early today because of the outage and because of the road closing.
Our server's based out of here, so it affects all the stores here in, central Kentucky, because our phones run through that, our computer systems. So none of the stores, like our Frankfort store, right now has no phone service or computer service due to the outage here.
Police say North Broadway will remain closed there until the utility pole is fixed. Police have opened up some of outbound North Broadway to help drivers get around.
Tonight, a Clark County Board of Education member faces charges. He's accused of violating a domestic violence protection order. The Winchester Sun reports police arrested 50-year-old Michael McGowan Monday night. Police say McGowan's ex-wife had requested the order against him. She claims he contacted her multiple times by phone.
Lexington firefighters preparing for their annual toy program, but they tell us they had to overcome an early hurdle.
Also coming up here at 6, Georgetown will have a new mayor, but only by 21 votes. You're going to hear from the winner and the incumbent, who barely lost.
KYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
The Lexington firefighters are playing catch-up as they prepare for their annual Firefighter Toy Program.
Firefighters tell us they had a harder time than usual finding a space to store all of the toy donations until they're handed out. But they say the Corisoft company has donated the use of a warehouse space to the program. Now firefighters are getting ready to make sure that children whose families are going through tough times have a Merry Christmas.
We're about a week behind right now, but that's why we're doing double time right now. But our sign-ups start on Monday, and we're going to be more than ready for that.
You can drop off toy donations to the program at any Lexington fire station until December 10th. For more information on how to apply for the program, just go to WKYT.com.
Talk about close. The race for Georgetown mayor was decided by just 21 votes. Former Mayor Tom Prather won back his old seat, but just barely, over incumbent Mayor Everett Varney. With the results that close, Varney said he owed it to his supporters to request a recanvass, but he said he's not expecting the results to change.
I'm a little bit crushed right now, but I'm a no coach. I've been in very close games before, and I've lost. So I'll rebound from this.
I was delighted for both myself and the community and the opportunities that we have over the next 4 years.
Prather tells us if there is a recanvass in the race, it will be held next Thursday.